Thank you, Deborah, for giving me your thumbs up. We have Linda as well. I'm just assuming that Thierry Chayo is actually Barbara. Am I correct? So welcome everybody. We're going to wait a little bit more for other students to come in so then we can start our webinar about what you have to know if you are a freshman. We have some students who have been there already, been in your shoes, who have some really wonderful things to share. The most relevant, the most recent information, and you can ask some questions as well. Just for your information, this also is recorded just because we are Tuesday. A lot of students are right now actually in class. So we're just recording it so then other students can also learn from it later when they are out of the classroom. Okay, great. So I would love to know, Deborah, where are you from? Are you a first freshman? And if so, which school are you from? I would just love to know a little bit more about you. You can put it in the chat right now and you'll be able to, I'll be able to read the questions or comments for everybody. So again, if you have anything, you can put it in the chat. We can just test it out just to see if it works as well. So anybody who is here right now, you can tell me where you're from and you'll be able to share that with other students who are right now in our webinar. And just so you know, my name is Claire. I don't show my face too much on social media, but this is what I look like. This is what I look like every day when I respond to your question, work on the content, or behind the scenes activities that goes on to help all of you prepare for the board examination. So if you have not seen me yet, my name is Claire. I'm the founder of StudentRDH. At StudentRDH, there's myself, there's a lot of other people who are working again behind the scenes. Oh, Deborah. Oh, actually, you are a dentist, graduated in Brazil. Deborah, you emailed me. Is that correct? I saw your email a few days ago. I do remember that conversation. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for saying that. So, Deborah, are you are planning to take the examination? Am I correct? I just want to have a bit of an idea of, what, your plans are. I know we chatted via email saying, what choices you will have in order to prepare. Okay. So you live in Florida. Is that okay if I say that to everybody? And you are going to take the board examination so you can become a hygienist, right? Well, thank you so much for being here, Barbara. I hope I answered your question in the email. I said, oh, here are your options, but just to reply to your question that you had about money back, honestly, if you fail and you're like, Claire, this StudentRDH didn't work for me at all, honestly, you can just ask me just to get a refund. That is no problem. I would never hold anybody against their will saying, you have paid for this. No, you can't get a refund. So I just wanted to clarify that with you. All right. Thank you, Deborah, again for sending your questions. And I really wish you the best, okay? Barbara and I don't know if we have yet Gisell, but dental hygiene is an awesome profession. And, working in dentistry, there's a lot of things that are happening right now. A lot of things that, you need to be aware of. It's actually a very interesting time to start in dentistry, but you have experience. So I feel like you're going to do great anyhow. Also, Deborah, I just wanted to ask, when do you think you're going to take your examination? I know in the email, I haven't really been able to ask you that, but is it sometime this fall that you want to take the examination? That just helps a little bit for me to understand where you stand. And if anybody wants to make a comment over here, that is completely great as well, as we are waiting for Barbara, who is, a recent student actually, who been not just through the written board examination, who also has presented about how to actually pass your 8X examination, which is the mannequin examination, because that was so new at that point. Great. So we're just going to wait a few more moments and then see if Hi, Barbara. Thanks for being here. Hey, perfect. Perfect. So, Barbara, are you ready to share your knowledge with everybody here? I know, and just again, as a disclaimer, I am recording this just because it's Tuesday and everybody's in classroom right now. So we're going to record it so that everybody can have access to it, so that they can, learn from you. So thank you again for being here, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me. It's always a pleasure.
You've been so awesome last time. We just wanted you back.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Barbara presented last time on the ADEX mannequin examination, did a wonderful job with her friend Deidre about like the really like A to Z about what happened with her examination. So many people said thank you after that.
Yeah, I think it was very important because we took it in July. So I think we were one of the first to take it, and we were completely stressed about it. Since it was new, whatever could help for other, we did it. And thank you again for giving us the opportunity to talk.
Yeah. No, I'm very, very thankful to just involve students, for you guys to share your knowledge, because it's like peer-to-peer learning, like what you just learned, everybody's curious about. So right now, the purpose is really just to help especially students who are still in school or who are going to be freshmen, to have an idea of what it is like to be a student and what you can do to make your life better. Because let's face it, it was difficult, right?
Yes, it was. It was. I mean, when you get in there, you're happy. You're accepted.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're going through. You have no idea the mountain that is coming up to you.
Yeah.
And hygiene school taught me a lot of stuff. And I'm going to emphasize not being late.
Okay.
So that was
for the classroom, for clinic. Show up on time.
Everything you have to be on time for everything, which, it's not a leitmotif that I used to follow. So I learned to be quick. I learned to be fast. I learned to be efficient. And, that's what we're going to see today. Also, it's part of the PowerPoint. Okay. So adaptation is a big, big deal here.
Okay. Awesome. So I know you have to run, student Barbara, because you are tutoring French. French is your first language. That's correct?
Yes. And also I'm going to talk about, can you work or not in the program? And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's lovely. Well, we're ready for your presentation. Again, we're going to record it because right now it's Tuesday, like kind of midday. So I'm sure a lot of students will learn from you. So I'm ready to listen as well. And let me know if you have the ability to share your screen.
Thank you. Okay. Not right now. It says host disabled, attendee screen sharing.
Okay. Yep. I will just make you a co-host right now. And this will give you the ability to share. Do you see a share button now?
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect.
So I'm going to share my PowerPoint.
Yes. Beautiful.
There we go. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes. How to survive dental hygiene school. I see perfectly.
Right. Yeah, class of 2020. So before starting my PowerPoint, I would like to emphasize the fact that I do not have any husband to take care of at home. I do not have any pets to take care at home. I do not have any kids. Or any family around Miami. So this enables me, obviously, to have a lot less responsibility, and no responsibility than doing well at school. So when I came back from clinic or from class, I didn't have to cook for anybody unless I was hungry, or so this helps a lot. So it's gonna be from my personal experience. But yeah, so we're gonna start by the first slide. Yes, I almost failed the first semester. How is that possible? Again, adaptation. Adaptation is a big, big deal. I had no idea how to adapt myself. I didn't know what to expect, so I remember I had a roommate at that time. So, and she wanted to go out all the time, and I couldn't follow with her because, you know, I had on the side school, the homework, the quizzes, the new subject. It's a ton of new vocabulary that you have to get, and drinks and print inside your brain. So it was hard, especially as a second language, English as a second language. So I wanted to go out, but on the other side, I wanted to study. And right before the first semester, I got a really bad breakup, so it killed me, and it was hard to handle, especially the first months and the first 2 months, you know. So I was happy to start the program, but also really sad. So it was really hard to adapt. So I think this played a lot. So if you have a bad event happening right before or inside the program, I know it's hard to handle, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. So again, you need to adjust very fast to the new schedule. It's hard, but you can test some trick. You know, for me, I needed to sleep a lot. So after a clinic day, I will sleep. I mean, after lecture day, I will sleep right away. So I will gain that time. But during lecture day, clinic day, during clinic day, after clinic, I will sleep right away. But after lecture day, I will study right away and go to sleep after. So that's how I manage it.
Wait, how many hours of sleep did that give you?
I think I was finishing clinic at 5. I was at home at 5:30, 6:30, I was in bed.
Wow.
Until 6:30, 7 a.m.
That is awesome.
So I had to sleep a lot, but it worked out for me because I was taking this time to sleep, and the other day I was taking that time to study and do my notes. So make sure you study enough time for the first quizzes, midterm, and final. You have to adapt as soon as the first week. I know it's hard, but you have to adapt. Try to find some trick. For me, again, it was sleeping, breaking down between studying and sleeping. So I was doing only that. Watch a lot of video on clinic instrumentation and techniques. Yes, because for me, the new vocab that we learned was so abstract. You know, there was so many new words that I couldn't really picture it. So I went on YouTube. I watched tons of video, and because I'm more visual, it helped me. Just go.
So YouTube.
Yeah. I use my typewriter a lot. I know that a lot of people use nail polish to put like fake calculus on once you get rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my tips when I completely finished to scan my typodont. And you have to take the program very seriously as soon as you get in. I remember we were 49 to get accepted. And after the first semester, 10 dropped out.
10?
10 students. So we ended up graduating at 35 students.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yes, this is no joke. And I remember 1 semester away from graduation, someone failed clinic, and they didn't let her pass. She has to wait another year.
Yeah. Painful.
You know? So it's very, very serious. You have to be on point. You have to be on time with everything. So yeah, adaptation is the key.
Okay.
Second slide, team support.
Hey, here I see Deidre.
Yes, Deidre. You have to make friends. I know it's hard for someone that is shy, but I'm sure there will be someone that will be shy in the program because they become family. They are the only one that know what you're going through. This is serious. You get stressed together, you cry together, you laugh together, you share your food, you share coffee, they make you feel better, they encourage you, you know, and they can even help you with adaptation. You know, how many time I talk to Deidre about this schedule, or what do you think if I should do for this requirement, for this patient, you know? So you ask advice to your friends. You cannot get through the dental hygiene program alone. You need some.
I totally agree. And tell us about more, like, you know, it seems like Deidre was one of your best friends, but how did you meet? It was like instant in the beginning, or did it take some time?
Deidre and we met at the book fair of Miami. It's a big event where, you know, you sell books and you talk about books. And we had a stand of toothbrush and toothpaste for kids and teach them how to brush. You know, we were there and I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, yeah, I'm good. And you? I'm like, hey, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy that we're here today together. You know, she signed up and I signed up. And then there was ice cream. So I'm like, yeah, we want to get an ice cream. And she's like, yeah, ice cream for sure. So we start to bond. And you know, it was really nice. And she became a huge support for me.
Yeah.
So again, we went through everything together. And she has a very, very big good energy, you know.
Yeah.
And
that's important.
That's what I like. She's never gonna put someone down, or she's never gonna brag about something, and that was important.
Totally.
So, and this is Ayla for her first impression. That was very beautiful, you know. But she's a very good friend also of me, and she's from Europe also, so we were able to come together. So again, you're gonna feel doubt, you're gonna feel depressed sometimes, you're gonna feel down, but you have friends and you can get through it together. So this is how you're gonna be able to go through hygiene school as well.
Yeah.
Study group. Okay, I am not a big fan of study group because I study better by myself. But before final exam or before midterm, I will meet with some students in school, in the library, and we will quiz each other and ask some questions. And actually, some of the questions were found on the exam. I'm going to talk about notes, but I was doing notes all the time. After every lecture, we had something called Panopto. That they will record the class and you will be able to go back home and to watch the video of the PowerPoint again with the explanation, and that's how we do my notes. So every day after lecture day, that's what I was saying, I will do my notes and study what I just saw in class during the afternoon, because that's how I will memorize it. So I will share my note, my flashcard and my drawing, my memory technique, because you need memory, but with a lot of color, you know, that's what helped me. So yeah, share your notes, share your flashcard, share your drawing. You know, it can help somebody. You will probably need their notes. So this helps a lot. Watch the PowerPoint of the class together. They may have understand something that you did not understood. Before each quiz, we will watch in 15 minutes the whole PowerPoint together and to go over it very fast. So it will be during lunch, right before the quiz. And this works because sometimes I wouldn't get the theory or the concept of something, and they will help me, or vice versa. Ask for help if you do not understand. How many times I asked Deidre for translating me something.
Okay.
Or, you know.
Or what about your faculty? Did you also ask your faculty sometimes?
Yes, but it's not the same.
Okay, you wanted your friends.
They are busy, you know, sometimes you're shy, or they're gonna judge you or something. I remember it was toward the end of the last semester, I completely forgot how to use the flow threader. And yes, I totally forgot. I don't know what happened. And I asked a teacher and she's like, seriously? You're asking me that right now? You know, she was judging me. So it's not sometimes the best. Ask your friend. First, if they don't know, ask your faculty. I don't know. For me, that's how I felt. Okay, number 5, comprehension tips as a non-English first language speaker. It was me right there. I was stressing out. It was right before midterm. Yeah. So
You look nervous.
Yeah, I was super nervous. A friend of mine took that picture. So use Google Translate if you do not understand.
Yeah.
It's true. I was using Google Translate all the time. At the beginning, I had my phone on the table. A lot of teachers were complaining, but I asked them, I'm like, I need to know what you're talking about. So I'm not on my phone texting. Please allow me to look up on Google Translate. And they were okay with that. Doing notes after each lecture PowerPoint at home. That's what I use. That's what I just said before. I was doing my notes after every PowerPoint.
I see. So it was like almost immediately you reviewed your notes after the class.
Yeah.
Wow.
After class, I would come right away and I would do my note because it's fresh.
Man, you are very, very motivated, girl.
Yeah, because, you know, if you wait until the midterm or the final, it's overwhelming, you know. Some people can do it, but when it's not your first language, you have no choice to do that.
Okay.
So, yeah, doing note after each lecture PowerPoint at home. If you have Panopto of the teacher that we record the PowerPoint, it's going to help you a lot. And I will use a lot of highlighter and color because my brain will retain the information much more easier.
Okay.
And you know, mnemotechnique. You know what? You know better than me.
Yeah.
We will share mnemotechnique. Every time, everything that we could find, we will share. Questions are often the highlighted words of the PowerPoint. Yes. Yes. If you've seen the PowerPoint that it's big or it's highlighted, pay attention to it. Do the fast question in your book at the end of the chapters. That helped me a lot because some of the teachers, they take their questions from there. Understand the concept info being thrown at you. Again, if you don't understand, ask to your friend. There will be someone from the class that understood the concept or the theory. If they don't, ask to a teacher that you're close to or that you like or you feel confident asking. Okay? And they love that. The teacher love when they teach you something and you start to apply it right away in clinic. So if you learn about probing and you have a competency soon to do in clinic, you have to practice right away on your typodont and do it on clinic. Even though if it's not for the competency, but you just want to show to the instructor that you know how to do it, or it can be floss, it can be an interdental tip, whatever. Brush, sorry. Okay, so number 6, organization. This is also the key, organization. Don't look too far ahead. There are so many assignment, tests, lecture, and requirement to achieve. I know it is overwhelming. Plus the community service, you know, there is so many things. So what helped me is I had 2 agendas. I'm going to talk about this one. It's called the Happy Planner.
Okay.
So you can find it, I think, in Marshall or Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah. And this is big, and I will break down all the community service, the PowerPoint presentation that I had to do, the test, the homework, and my work when I had to work on the site. So and I had another agenda which was for clinic and appointment only, and so I would work so I would work every day the code, what I'm going to do, for example, a prophy, if it was a teenager, if it was a geriatric, what requirement I am planning to do on this patient, and if it's changed, I will just erase it. So I had 2 agendas, and yes, I was able to work a little bit during the program. Why? Because it didn't take me so much effort to put in. So I was a French teacher, so I am still teaching today.
Hey guys, if you want to learn French, Barbara, I mean, obviously she's a native speaker. She is literally from France. And she is teaching right now, so ask her.
Yeah, I'm teaching. So I was able to teach, I would say, 2 to 3 hours a week, you know, so it's not that big, but it's still that, you know. And I was doing a lot of babysitting. Why? Because I was able to study when they were being sleeping. When they were sleeping. So, you know, it was great. I got paid. They were sleeping. I was studying. And same for French tutoring. You know, I don't have to study anything or do a little bit of presentation. So, yeah, if you want to work and you don't have too much responsibility to hold, it's possible, but in something that you're not going to have to put too much effort in. Okay. School is first. Clinic. Every clinic semester, I will take a picture of all my requirements. I will stick it up on the wall, and I will cross every requirement that I've done. And of course, I will stay up to date on my agenda with my requirements.
Sure.
So teachers say always have a plan B. This is true. Because you don't know what can happen. Many times I had struggle finding patients and they wouldn't come sometime. So, you know, we had 5 points off every time a patient wouldn't come. I know it seems unfair, but that's how it is because, you know, you don't have the ability to control that. So, yeah, that's how we'll manage it. Plan B, I will get my plan B either by trading patient with my classmates or senior to complete my point or requirement of in my semester. So, you know, trade everything. Everything you give, you have to trade for something. Yes, I know this sounds bad, but this is the jungle right there, okay?
The jungle.
Unless
I get it.
Unless you are toward the semester and you have completed everything and you can help other, but
you're not out of the jungle.
Exactly, you have to help yourself first. So yeah, trade your patient. If you see that you're starting, you're a freshman and you're starting to see patient, ask your senior, oh, look, I have a type 3, I have a type 4. Would you like to get it? Because probably it's more point, or, you know, you can make a certain, you can have some requirement with that patient done. So train them for the easiest one. Or if you need to treat a geriatric and you see that a friend has a lot of grandparents, friends, uncles that are geriatric, you know.
Yeah, ask for, like, do you have someone who can help me with this?
I had a lot of pedo patients, so I was able to trade them for geriatric, you see.
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, those are really useful. I remember that too. Like, you got 2 pedo, like, I need someone. Like, I'll give you something else.
Exactly, 2 geriatric, the mixed patients. So I got lucky with pedo, but with geriatric, no. So I trade. Break down everything on your agenda. So again, I had 2 agendas. I break down everything, one for clinic requirement and appointment, one for school, midterm, work, finals. And this one is big, so that's why I love it. It's the happy planner again. Ask yourself, what do I have to get done by next week? Yes. Okay. So you see it on your agenda, you break down everything. Okay, I have to do this for next week. Then you don't feel too much overwhelmed, you know. So this is a great tip. Sleep as much as you can, especially after clinic days. As I said, I will sleep a lot after clinic days because I needed sleep.
It's necessary.
Only me. Yeah, if you don't need sleep, you know, do something else, or study. But that's how I manage it. And the last one is stress impact. Remember that you got accepted into a hard program. So give to yourself a big congratulations. You know, a lot of people don't know what we are going through. They have no idea some people don't know what dental hygiene is. So they really don't know what you're going through. So this is great. You've got accepted. Go through it. Okay. After 2 years, it's gonna be past forever. Okay. So it is okay to gain and to lose weight during the program. Okay. It's okay. I mean, we had many girls in the program. Some of them gained a lot of weight. Some of them lost a lot of weight. For me, it was acne. So I got a lot of acne because of stress and ulcer in my mouth.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
terrible. But it was okay. At the end of the day, you know, it goes away. This is
You
not.
look great right now. I don't see any acne, Barbara.
Thank
You're
you.
great.
Yeah, I had a bad ulcer because I'm taking one of my boarding 2 days. So
Okay,
let's
okay.
see.
Well,
But thank you, Claire. Thank you so much. So
well, I have no doubt you're gonna do great. Though with your positive attitude, I mean,
thank
gonna
you.
be
So yes, so you know, it's not the same routine that you used to have before entering in the program. You might eat like fast food sometime because you don't want to cook, you're too tired, you know. So this is okay. This is completely normal, okay? Humiliation.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, I hope you're not gonna have to go through it. And if you went through it, I'm sorry, but it can happen. You know, not all the teachers are gonna like you, not all the instructors are gonna like you, and it's okay. The best advice that I can give you is to keep your mouth closed, because
So Barbara, what can you give us an example of, like, you know, when you had this like experience, you're like, I need to keep my mouth shut.
okay, well, it happened many times to me. It happens in clinic, a lot in clinic, but not only to me. I mean, I had friends that were like 40, 45 years old, mom, and had to take it on you. You know, it's harder when you're much more older. But it was, for example, I had a patient on my chair, and they will be like, "Oh, I mean, that's your work today? Seriously? Or can you pronounce better because I can totally not understand you. I can still not
Oh,
understand you." You know, and they will
so
laugh.
many different things. It's like, you
Many
know,
different things. They
so
will
many things.
humiliate you in front of the patient. They will make you feel bad. You know, you're learning. I mean, you're
Yeah, yeah,
learning.
yeah,
You have 2
yeah.
years to learn your career. You know, so sometimes I wasn't comfortable with asking questions. I would just take it on me.
Yes.
Same for lectures. Sometimes I wouldn't understand something, and they will be like, just Google it, or just, you know, yeah, try to Google it, or ask to a French person to explain it to you. So it was not really nice. But I kept my mouth closed because nothing is gonna happen, you know.
Okay.
So humiliation can happen. I'm sorry if you got to this, but you know, have to
Okay.
suck it up.
Okay. Okay.
Do something that is making you happy. Yes, yoga, gym, watch a show, read a chapter of the book that you like, play a game on your phone. You know, it's just like breathe. You know, I'm not saying don't go out at all during the program. You can sometimes do something and go out. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you're going home and you have to study, you take 10 minutes or 30 minutes and do something that you like. Again,
Okay.
I didn't have any responsibility, so I was able to do that.
Okay. Okay.
So
Well, thank you so much, Barbara. I mean, I relearned dental hygiene from you. Honestly, like what really resonates with me is that this is the last, almost the last point you say, that there's going to be a lot of patients, because you see live patients and they're going to tell you like a whole bunch of things, you know, that are going to make you feel bad, like you're a bad person, like you're a bad clinician, everything. But that's the journey, and you got to just hold on to, you know, your belief that you're learning. Like, you don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't have to look like you are the pro yet. You are in learning environment. We wish they knew about that as well, but there's going to be a lot of, you know, hurdles in your way. So I really appreciate that you mentioned that point, because it's not roses, rainbows, and unicorn at school. It's going to be like problem after problem after problem.
And also, if you see that there is some of your classmates bragging about clinic or what they've done, and oh my gosh, you're kind of slow or something like that, I know it's hard, but don't listen to them, because at the end of the day, they don't have the same patient. Probably they don't have the same struggle at home that you have. Do your own path, okay? They will be good people willing to help you, and you can help also one of your classmates.
Awesome. So focus on yourself. That's what you're saying. Yeah. Don't compare yourself with others.
Thank you.
They say comparing is poison, so let's not do that. Yeah. And just be strong, you know. And I'm very impressed how much you study. You're like, after school, I was on it already.
Oh my gosh, I will send you a picture of all my notes after the program.
Oh my God.
It was everywhere on the floor.
Too many,
But it helps so good. It's so good. Because I would just have to review them before the finals or midterm. And even as an English first language speaker, it will help you a lot.
Okay.
Don't take note during the class if you don't want, but at home, just even one page if you want, if you don't like taking notes, but you will remember.
Yeah. I totally get it. Oh, you are so good, Barbara. I mean, thank you so much for taking the time before an examination to speak to other students. We have a lot of first-year students here who just got admitted to school, so I think they're just trying to understand, you know, what they have to expect, and you know, it's really just a nice, realistic idea of the things that you're gonna see. So
yeah, and really, congratulations.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if they want to follow you on Instagram, what is your handle, Barbara?
Okay, so it's Barbara Chayo, but right now my account is off because I'm studying. So yeah.
I like that, girl. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, everything is off, but I think in 2 weeks I will re-put everything, you know. So yeah, it's Barbara Chayo.
Okay. Well, we'll see you afterwards. You're going to resurface. See, those are the kind of sacrifice we will have to do in order to get through the program. So some of our students over here are saying thank you so much. So, you know, again, we'll see you again, and just, you know, keep track of this amazing lady, because I think Barbara is going to go really, really far in the dental hygiene field. So, all right, well,
to teach later. Because I love to teach. Also, I forgot to talk about a point. Sorry, I would just say it. Finding love is possible in the program. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's possible. I know it's a lot of work. But you know, if you have someone that work more than you, don't let this chance pass. Because okay, school is first, but it's possible to find somebody if they really understand that you need to study, that you have to put school first, and not them. If they understand that, don't let them leave, because this is gold. Okay, so just wanted to tell you it's possible.
All right, this was real hope, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody who, you know, is trying to understand, can I have a life and can I have school life at the same time? First, let's focus. They got to be on board with your career. They got to be on board with your plans. And then it seems like, Barbara, you had a happy ending right now. Everything's going well?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. I had a happy ending. So everything worked out because he was able to understand that I need to do my time. I need to have my time to study and to put everything.
And the stress as well.
Exactly. So that worked perfectly. I have a lot of friends of mine that went through a lot of stuff, either, you know, with their husband, with their boyfriends. They weren't, and they didn't understand at all what they were going through. And unfortunately, it didn't finish well. So this is also a big thing that can happen during the program. But what I'm saying is put yourself first in school. But if you have the chance to meet somebody that understand what you're going through and understand that you put school first, it is possible.
All right. Well, this was really hopeful, and you know, some friends over here are saying thank you so much. So Same. I always feel the same, Barbara. And I wish, I met you even earlier when you started your dental hygiene journey. But anyhow, we're going to hear from you again when you finally pass all the boards and really are working a professional.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Well, we'll let you go because I know you have to teach French to other people now. So,
Thank
all
you.
right.
Have a good day. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. This was Barbara. She's really been helpful just sharing her story. And I didn't expect the last story she told us, saying like she actually met someone and it is wonderful. So we got lots of hopes here. Some of the things that are really personal as well. So she's been really honest with us. Now we have a Gisell. Are you here, Gisell? I'm gonna make you a co-host first of all. It's so nice to see you.
I know.
You look so professional right now.
Oh, I know. I just got out of clinic.
Oh my God.
I'm in the library. Luckily, I used to work in the library, so they let me use an old office so that I can have a little privacy. So
amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me just introduce, all of you to Gisell just a little bit. And, we chatted over email because, first of all, Gisell is very high, even her faculties are telling me like she's awesome. So I'm like, that means something, right? And then, through the conversation we had over email, she's been extremely just, I found her very motivating, professional, and also very organized. And I'm like, if we had someone to get some advice from, especially if you're a freshman or going to start school soon, well, who else better than Gisell? Because she's been through it. And it's so new. I graduated a while ago. So, let's hear it from Gisell.
Yeah.
So tell us where you're from, Gisell.
I'm from Toledo, Ohio, born and raised. And I attend Owens Community College, and it's in Toledo. It's in a little suburb, Perrysburg. But I'm a second-year student, and things have been crazy with all of the virus mishaps. But we're still chugging along, and we're in clinic. And we just went back to school on Monday, and our first day in clinic is actually tomorrow.
Okay.
Mine is Thursday. I'm an assistant tomorrow, but the rest of the class is Wednesday. And we're just kind of trying to make the best out of the situation, and we all want to graduate on time, so we definitely have the motivating factor there. But yeah.
When is graduation for you? If that, hopefully that happens, finger crossed, on time.
It should be May of 2021.
Okay.
So
amazing.
I can taste it. So I try to keep a positive thought, but at the same time, the absolute worst case scenario, we might have to see a few patients into the summer, which obviously isn't ideal, but what are you going to do? You kind of just have to roll with the punches and hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I can't wait to hear from you what you have to share about your experience with all of our freshmen over here. And also I'm recording this. That's okay with you because it's Tuesday. It's classroom time. A lot of us could not be here right now, but after that, they're going to all ask for the recording.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so the topic I chose was getting organized and using a planner. And I think I'm assuming every program highly suggests using one. But if not, hopefully some of this, at least one piece of information is new. But I personally found that in the program, the organization factor seems to be what it all kind of boils down to, whether you're stressed or, everyone knows that you perform better when you're not so wound up and worried, and it's easier said than done. And it's almost like this program is designed to make you feel that way most of the time. But if you chunk it up and you look at what you have to tackle, this week, and you have a better idea and you know what's coming, I find that personally it's helped me a lot. So, so my name is Gisell, like I said, and I'm from Toledo, Ohio, second-year student. I am 27. So I'm actually the oldest student in my class. The incoming class of first years, though, are actually more in the 30, 40 range, and then the minority is the 18, 19. So it just kind of changes every year. Prior to dental hygiene school, I was a dental assistant. I worked in a perio office for 5 years, so I assisted surgeries. I absolutely loved it, and I learned a lot from the doctor that I worked for, and that's kind of how I decided that as much as I loved assisting, I really wanted more from the field, and I wanted more patient engagement and just to be more one-on-one with the patient. My career goal is to actually teach dental hygiene, so I just applied for Bachelor's of Science in Dental Hygiene, 2 programs, Ferris State and University of Michigan, and both of them, Ferris is all online. U of M, I have my choice. I have heard back from Ferris. I got accepted, but that's my second choice. I really want to go to Michigan, just because it's a much more public health based program, and I want to get my master's degree in public health prior to teaching. So that really appealed to me, but I openly invite anyone who has questions regarding continuing education to please reach out to me. I researched a handful of schools, and it's never too early to start looking because some require certain requirements that you could get done while you're in hygiene school, others don't, and yeah, so it's very, it's never too early. And then I have 2 Boston Terriers. They're like the light of my life. I think they got me to hygiene school. So those are that's Larkin and Gordy. So dental hygiene school, I kind of just put this for visualization purposes. You have your lectures, your clinic time, homework, quizzes, and exams, studying, and then of course your personal life. A lot of people will tell you that, oh, when you're in dental hygiene school, you don't have a life. And as much as I see where people are coming from when they say that, I also kind of don't like when I hear that, just because you can't pour from an empty glass. Yeah. And if you don't allow yourself, and I'm guilty of this myself, I get off of school and I know I should go to the gym, not because I need to work out, but because it relieves, it gives me an hour to not think about school. Right. And it actually, my husband has to be the one to tell me, like, you're better when you go to the gym. And then I walk with my tail between my legs and grab my gym bag. But he's right. Like, you have to incorporate that. So I just want to make a point that even though I'm going to talk about all school stuff, it is important to schedule those things for you, because like I said, if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to do as well as you probably could. So with all of those factors being said, dental hygiene school just becomes a balancing act. It's prioritizing assignments, study time in your personal life, and making sure that, like that little picture with all the plates, that none of them fall. And at times it can seem very overwhelming, and I don't think that changes between being a first year or being a second year student, because this semester is crazy, and I sat down and I looked at it and instantly got that feeling like your chest is sinking and the walls are all getting closer and closer, and you're like, how am I possibly going to keep track of all this? But you just have to remember that you can only do so much. You're only human, but you got to try your best. So my personal experience with starting dental hygiene school, like I said in my previous slide, there were times where I felt like I was just kind of fighting for air. There's a long list of readings and assignments, and I didn't know where to start, and it led to me feeling discouraged and anxious. And I think I can speak for all hygiene students. When you get into this program, you come from classes getting A's. And not getting questions wrong, and being at the top of your class, and it's a very humbling experience when you get to school, and you kind of have to bring yourself down and remember that that you don't have to be the best. You have to learn so that you can be the best. So I realized that the stem of my school anxiety was really coming from that feeling like I was forgetting something, or that I was unprepared when I was getting ready to go to lectures. Or taking quizzes. And even if I studied, I still felt like that, and I really couldn't figure out why that was. Fast forward to the second month of my first year.
So
I had
cute.
planned to get married, and I did get married. I shouldn't say had planned. I got married on October 5th. So this was actually my midterms week of my first semester of dental hygiene school.
No.
So yes, so before I started school, I decided that in order for me to enjoy my weekend, because I knew I wasn't going to study Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and I had midterms that week, I realized that I needed to get ahead on all of my classwork. And this led to me using a week ahead approach for my assignment planning. And I've stuck with this method ever since, not because I need to, but just because I actually liked it and found that it alleviated my anxiety, just knowing that I was fully aware of everything that was coming my way. There was nothing that was going to blindside me, and if it did, I had the time to recover. So I actually took my midterms a week early from the rest of my class. There was material that I hadn't even learned yet. And that was a really tough decision for me to make, but going back to the personal life thing, you know, I knew that I wouldn't enjoy myself if I had to come back to exams, and just as important as school is to me, so is my husband's teeth. So, and we got that picture on our wedding day. Everyone got a kick out of it when I came back to school Monday. So I put paper, plastic, or digital. I prefer paper planners. I get a really odd amount of satisfaction from taking a highlighter to tasks and marking them off. And it just makes you, it gives you a little pat on the back, because I feel like we don't give ourselves enough of those. So it's like a little miniature, like, good job. Whichever you choose is fine, but you really must choose one. I don't know how other programs handle this, but at Owens, we actually have advising meetings where they ask to see our planner. So we pull it out, and they look and make sure we have everything down to our work schedule. Some people think that that's crazy, but the girls who didn't have a planner already, it forced them to get one, and now they use it religiously. So I think they have some method to their madness. So at the beginning of each semester, this alleviates anxiety as a whole. Like, I love getting my syllabi as soon as possible, and I go through each one. I write down all of the assignments, their due dates 1 week ahead. So like for week 1 of the semester, I write my assignments that are due on week 2. And what that does for me is it takes all the guesswork out of it. All I have to do is flip my page, and I know exactly what work I have to get done this week so that it's prepared for my following lecture. Now, that does require some work being done prior to the semester starting, because I have to obviously get week 1's homework done before school starts. Which I sometimes am lax on that first week, and I'll call it a little bit of a loss, and I'll go back later. But for the most part, I stick to that. And so this is super beneficial for a few reasons. You're prepared with the information prior to lecture, which I think is really big. Your professors will be extremely satisfied, pleased, every good adjective in the book, if you can contribute to conversation about the topic, and it's not crickets when they ask a question. And it also is good for you, because sometimes, I know me personally, I don't learn the first time I see something. It takes me a few times, but I'm also not as disciplined as the last speaker, who she writes her notes right after class. I just physically can't do it. So this kind of gives me at least twice that I'm seeing the material. And then if you do overlook an assignment or a due date, you're already a week ahead to get on current with that assignment. That hasn't happened to me frequently, because generally the syllabus is pretty spot on, but there have been maybe 1 or 2 times I can think where they're like, did you do that worksheet? And I'm like, what worksheet? And it was uploaded, 3 days prior, and I didn't see it, but I had all my work for that week done already. So it was a really quick add to my week. And then of course, if you get sick or you're unable to study one weekend, you can afford to miss that time. Back to the personal life thing, if you want to go out with your friends on a weekend, or you want to go see your mom and dad, like, you should really do those things, or else you're going to like start internalizing resentment towards yourself that you can never have any fun. And so this allows you to do that also. I also write down major projects and due dates, quizzes and tests, skill evaluations, and then any other major events, whether they're personal or school related.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
The planner, did someone tell you like buy this, or the students could do whatever they want, and you just went through like your faculty and say like, this is what I've done?
Are you talking about for school, like the planner that we all use? Was it like a required certain planner?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going
No.
back to that point. Yeah.
No,
Okay. So it's
they just said any planner. I just don't think they
Okay.
would have been okay with a digital planner. I
Okay.
could be wrong. Nobody had one.
Yeah.
But they just said as long as it's a planner and as long as you're using it, they were pretty satisfied.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm seeing this about like put your project dates and due dates and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you have a
Yeah.
thanks for taking a picture already.
Yeah, no problem.
I should have waited to ask that question. Okay.
No, you're okay. So this is actually a page from my planner. It's blank, and I just kind of filled it in generically. I can tell you guys where I get my planner if you'd like, but I like the horizontal method, and I'll usually put the class name on that respective day that I have that lecture. So like today's Tuesday, so I would have my perio and my community lectures, and that way I know it just keeps it organized. And I found that using this horizontal method, it just gives me all of this space to write, and it keeps me moving throughout the week. So the first thing I always do is I put the week of the semester. So what week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was something I added last semester because a lot of times professors will refer in my classes to week of the semester. And every time I'd be searching for my syllabus, like, what week are we on? And it's just super nice. And then I'll leave little notes for myself, like you're halfway done, you're 3/4 done. And it's just nice to see, week 1 and then you're week 9 and you're like thinking, your lucky stars, it's week 9 and you're almost there. So it's just a nice indicator. And then at the top, I usually put a to-do list because throughout the week I will, it's funny because I just pulled them out of my scrub pocket. I'll always have these sticky notes that the instructors will ask us to do something that they forgot to mention, and I'll just jot it down and then I'll transfer it to here. Just so I make sure I get it done so that I don't lose all these sticky notes.
I love it.
And then I'll star anything super important, like if it's advising week or if the following week I have to have something done. And then moving down, I'll put like if I have a position in clinic, like if I'm radiology or if I'm in the lab, just so I don't forget. And then at the top of the day, so like if I had on Wednesday pharmacology, I would put at the top any major things that have to get done that week in that class. So not reading assignments, not videos, but like quizzes. A skill evaluation. Even if I have a paper due, I guess I have that down there, so I'll wait on that. So then below that are just like normal assignments. Read chapter 3, do the worksheet, watch this video. And then I always like to give myself precursors, like you're going to have a rough draft due, on the 14th, just so it doesn't slip my mind. And just like putting that simple reminder, I like, it like takes it from my brain. Because you look at this syllabus and you're just so overwhelmed. But if you can go through and you're sure you're not going to forget anything, you have it all planned out, you can kind of just like forget about it. It's all set for you. And then all you have to worry about is what's on your 2-week, plan, or your 2-day or your 2-page planner. This is all I have to accomplish this week. Sometimes it grows, but sometimes it doesn't. And you're just like, wow, this is all I can do this week. This week, what a light week. I can move on, or I can go to dinner. So it's just nice. And then if I complete something, I highlight it. If I don't complete something, I put a slash through it. That way I am like big on like internal psychology. And I feel like if you leave something on a list unchecked off, you almost feel like you weren't successful. And I don't think that's fair. So what I do is I put a slash through it, and then I will show you where I transfer it in a second. So then over on these corner purple portions, I put personal obligations. So whether it's a doctor appointment, sometimes I'll put if I'm going to the gym to hold myself accountable, I'm going to go to the gym Monday, Thursday, those types of things. And then anything, you can use these colors aren't specific, you can use anything, but I have nominated green. When I highlight something in green, it's when I have to bring something to clinic, because usually the instructors aren't very lenient if they tell you to bring a calculator or your typodont or a certain handout and you don't have it. So this just is like one more reminder to myself that I have to have that. And then in the Saturday portion, because I don't usually have class Saturdays, obviously, I'll put unfinished work from the previous week. So that's where I transfer the stuff that I put a slash through. So that way I'm not totally throwing it out the window. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, it's usually reading assignments. I put read chapter 4. I have a really busy week, I end up just skimming the PowerPoint, and sometimes I'll transfer it and eventually it falls off, but there's a little bit of satisfaction knowing that I'm not just totally leaving it in the dust, or, it's not totally going overlooked. So then that way, if I do finish everything for the week, I have somewhere to go to revert back to things that I hadn't accomplished. And then under Sunday, I usually put weekend goals, and I do this because I am never one that wakes up on a Saturday morning and is like, I can't wait to study. And I don't think anybody is, because it's the weekend. You want to sleep in, you want to relax, you want to watch football, or, it's the fall time, you want to go to the pumpkin patch. So I usually like to write 2 or 3 goals for myself for the weekend, just to hold myself accountable, so it's not a total loss. And is
that like related to schoolwork, or is that personal that you would write in
usually
here?
Schoolwork.
Okay.
Just so that it's not a total loss. I like to not totally throw 2 days of my week away. And I'm realistic with those expectations. Like, I know I'm not going to read 7 chapters, but it's not, unheard of to do a 30-minute, like I wrote down here, study dental materials for 30 minutes each day. Finish my nutrition rough draft.
Sure.
Yeah, just a little bit. So then I feel accomplished over the weekend, and I don't, because it's easy to feel guilty when you don't spend every second studying. So these are just ways that I personally, it helps me. I think it's more mental than anything, because I just keep reverting back to, you want to be on your best mental state when you're going through all of this. It's going to just help with every aspect, and you have to be good to yourself, because this isn't anything easy or everyone would do it. So it's really big for me to keep myself sane, to make sure I'm realistic. So then my monthly view, I don't use as much. Some girls use it only, and I just prefer the daily view, but I use my monthly view for general to-dos. Normally personal exams are one thing. I usually highlight those
big
in
picture.
blue. Yeah. Assisting positions in clinic are highlighted in orange. Major assignments are color coded according to class. So that's not like little worksheets. It's more so like a paper, rough drafts, like big things that if I were to miss, it'd be a really big issue. So main purpose of the monthly view is a quick reference for what to expect for that month or week. In reference, I have a cousin who's getting married on the 31st. So that just lets me know, like, oh, I have a wedding next week, so I need to make sure that I, am completing my tasks on time. So I put a bunch of asterisks next to the for me, just because it's a little disclaimer. Everyone's different in the way that they learn, plan, study, organize. My method for organization works for me, but it might not be the best for you. The best piece of advice I can give, and I gave this to my first year, we all have mentors. I got coffee with her, and the biggest thing, and I heard the last speaker reference this, is it's adaptation, and it's so true. Dental hygiene school is new, it's challenging. Nobody's going to walk in and know exactly what's going on. So it's best just to expect this unfamiliarity and just prepare to adapt to that uncomfortable feeling. The sooner you can adapt to that, the expectations and the flow of your program, when assignments are due, how skill evals are conducted, the sooner you can develop your own organizational skills that work best for you to efficiently use your time, because that's what's going to be most important. Just being very efficient with your class time, with your outside of class time, your study time, all of it. That way you can succeed and get the most out of your program. If you're constantly playing catch up and you're constantly relying on other people to make sure your things are done, some of that really crucial knowledge is going to get left behind because you're so flustered. And then one final piece of advice that has nothing to do with organization, but someone told me this once and it made all the sense in the world to me. When you're on an exam, if you have zero clue what the answer is, you've tried context clues, you've done it all, you have no idea, think about what your instructor wants to make sure that you know before leaving their class, and then make an educated guess from there. And this makes learning outcomes useful. We all see them on our syllabus and kind of look past them. But if you know that your quiz is about caries detection or cavity detection, you know that the answer is going to be something that shows that you understand how to find a cavity. So it's kind of like a last, effort, but it helped me in multiple occasions. So I thought I would share that. And that is all that I have. So I really appreciate everyone listening, and I wish you all of the luck in your programs. And if you ever have any questions, I'd be happy to help in any way that I can. I can link my Instagram in the chat. And I'm excited for you.
We are so thankful for you, Gisell. I really love that you focus on like kind of the planning and the getting organized aspect of it, because I mean, it's a chaos, right? It's like there's like A, B, C, D, and E plus patient care, you know, who many different patients juggling at the same time. And I really love how you took pictures and like showed us exactly how it rolled for you. Wow, I'm so impressed. So, you know, I don't mean to like promote a specific planner or anything, but if you have a name, you know, I mean, why not? And you can also tell us how much it was just in general.
So it was, you can actually, I'm like very extra with my planners. I've been using a planner since I was probably 9, and I've never stopped. I don't know. It's just, I love it. And I use paper planners. My husband uses his phone and he thinks I'm crazy, but it's called Plum Planner, and I will actually link my email. And if you guys email me with your email, I can send you a $10 off coupon. I don't get anything for it, but you guys do. So I'd be happy to share that information. You can actually design it yourself, so it can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you like. I know mine usually run from $50 to $60 because I add extra pages, just because I like to have extra note sections. I mean, if you saw this thing, I mean, it is the real deal. I keep it, it's always on me. It's like really big, very thick, because I put birthday cards at the beginning of the semester, so I still use the mail. So that way I don't have to do it during the semester. I can just go to that week and I know to drop it in the mail. But I use it for everything. It's very good quality. I've never had one cover come off like some planners. I really think I found a winner, but I would be happy to link, or I'll send you my email, my student email. And if you want to get that coupon, just shoot me an email with the title being, you know, planner coupon, and I can send that to you within the week.
Wow. Well, I am really thankful that you are sharing your real experience, because I think the problem is that you know, there's just so many planners out there. And actually, I'm going to throw it out there to you as well, is that StudentRDH has been actually trying to create a planner. And actually, I created a planner with a friend. She's a program director. And we're like,
I've been looking for it.
It's custom for dental hygiene. Like it's custom just for dental hygiene. So if your permission, Gisell, I would love to get your feedback, because you seem like you're kind of junkie.
Oh yes, I've tried every brand, Erin Condren, Target. I've tried them all. Actually, it's funny you say that, because when I first started dental hygiene school, I was very familiar with StudentRDH. And I looked high and low on your website, on your Instagram. I'm like, I know she has a planner on here for sale, because there's one other company. Information in it, but it looked like it was more geared towards nursing, but yeah, it had the dental hygiene. It had the dental hygiene tag on it. So but yeah, I think that's a great idea, because I haven't yet to find one out there that has, you know, that that personalization to it, and I think it'd be super helpful.
So yeah, well, I mean, I would love to, because like it has like, for example, how you log in your patient, because like specific to us, like your requirements, and some little cheat sheet in the back about like eruption patterns and things like that you have to memorize anyways.
I have to use a separate, I keep this in my book bag, and this is my clinic planner. And I can't put names in it, obviously, because of HIPAA, but I usually just put initials, just knowing that I have patients scheduled. But yeah, it'd be nice if there was a place for that in my actual planner, because it would just end up being, you know, a name or something that would confuse me. But yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
Thank you. But I'm not here to promote that. I'm really just love the aspect of you're saying everybody to be organized. Like even if it's like self-care, put it out there, put it in there, just to make sure that you are accountable for it. Because if it just lives here, first of all, it gives you like, you are worried that you're going to forget. So you have even more anxiety because you're like, it's in my head, I'm going to forget it. And you think 2 seconds, I'm going to forget it. Like, but if you put it down, it's there. You like emptied it out of your head, right?
Yes. Yes.
I love it. And, you know, with just trying to organize your week, would you start, I would say, like as a freshman right away? Would you tell the freshmen to start this process?
Absolutely. Okay. I think that the sooner you get into that habit, and it may not be exactly how I did it, but whatever is going to be best to not, for you, it's just so important not to lose out on very easy points, you know.
Okay.
2 points here, 3 points there from forgetting a discussion board, or, you know, staying up till 3 a.m. to finish a paper that you overlooked, or you just kind of procrastinated. If anything, this holds me accountable not to procrastinate, because you have it. I mean, if you lay it out at the very beginning, you know what has to be done each week. There's no deviations. You just know. It takes the guesswork out of it. And then all semester, all I have to worry about is flipping a page. Okay. What's due this week? That's what I got to do. And so absolutely, I think that, and if you don't know how to do it, or you don't know where to start, look around in your class and find the students who, they're usually very easy to pick out. You can usually look around and see who is on it, and who's, who has a planner out already, who's asking the right questions, and go to them and say, hey, do you mind telling me how you're, organizing this, or how, or your second year mentor, or one of your instructors, whatever you do, don't wait to ask questions. Perfect. Or me, I'd be happy to help in any way that I can,
you are
honestly.
So kind. Well, I mean, so you're moving on to second year, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. You say you're starting clinic tomorrow.
Yep, this will be my second semester in clinic. Seeing outside patients. Yep.
And in your first year, did you also see outside patients?
We did. Our second semester of first year, we saw mainly family and friends. We didn't get recare patients. We didn't get new patients to the clinic. Like if someone called and wanted to become an actual patient of the school, they get allotted to second year students. But we did see moms, dads, brothers, sisters, friends, anyone that we scheduled, which was nice because then there was a little bit less pressure. But I'm excited to see recare patients, and being an assistant, it is a little scary at first, seeing, just from assisting, I know this, seeing someone you don't know and trying to make small talk and ask them questions about their health history, and, you don't really know everything, so you don't want to look, dumb, or, say something that makes you look unreputable, but you have to remember that they probably know less than you, so if you just laugh it off, and if you don't know something, you just say, hold on 1 second, let me go double check. You don't have to say, let me ask. You don't have to say, I have no idea. Just say, that's a good question. Let me go check with one of my instructors. They won't think anything of it. And just act like, they're a friend, or, and they'll take some of the stress off of you.
Yeah. Oh, well, Gisell, you are so organized. I'm so impressed, which is like, not honestly, guys, I wasn't organized that well. I was like that. I mean, I had something, like I went to like back then Barnes and Nobles and bought something. I'm like, I'm going to get myself organized. But to this day, now I get in the great habit of organizing myself. And there's 2 things that I do. So in the beginning, when I start my day, instead of like turning on my computer right away, I take like 10 minutes to just like write down. It could be some things I'm working on. It could be some goals that I want to achieve. It could be how I feel. But I just take like 10 minutes to like calm down, because otherwise, like I'm just jumping into work and I just need to know my direction. So those are the new things that I'm doing. So what you see 2 calls, like, 1 and 2 is because in the beginning I write this. When I finish my day, I write something else. So anyhow, that's that. I would love to just sharing the love for planning. And then I have another plan over here as well that I keep really close to me. So, it's just a different system, but, I'm just trying to just chime in that I wasn't like that, but yeah. Anything, you just need to dump it. It's like
mind dumping. I think that's what it's called. I want to work on that, actually, waking up and mind dump and gratitude, because one last thing I will say about the program, we just watched a TED Talk as a part of our class assignments. And I was
Wow.
upset about it because it had to be done before today. And it was 11, we took our OSCE this morning. So, I was studying late and I was like, oh, I didn't watch that video. It was already 12:30. I didn't want to watch it, but it was only 12 minutes. So I turned it on and I said, worst case scenario, I fall asleep to it. So I turned it on and I actually loved it. And what he said, and it really, I knew this already, but sometimes you have to hear it over and over again, is remember how you feel right now, wanting so badly to be accepted and start your dream career, so that those days where you're just like exhausted and you're feeling, kind of discouraged, you just remember how badly at one point this was everything you wanted, so that you stay grateful and just keep yourself positive. And that really, resonated with me. And it's easy to forget how much at one point, this was everything I wanted, was to be in dental hygiene school. But yeah, I complain about it 6 days a week. So those things don't really match up. So you have to remember that if, you did want this and it's not as bad as it seems, and you're going to get through it. You're not in it alone. And I love StudentRDH. And she did not tell me to say this. I really have liked it. I get those vitamins to my email and it makes me feel so good. And my classmates, we did a class with her and they all loved it and wanted more. And it's just, you have so many resources and you're not alone, and it'll be, I don't know for sure, but I'm betting on the fact that it's going to be worth it. So.
Oh, well, hey, I'm betting also that you're going to be great. So
thank you.
I really appreciate it. I thank you so much for just carving your time in this precious day. What time is it for you? Is that also, is that Central Time for you or Mountain Time?
We're Eastern, I think, 1:15.
Eastern. Okay. So yeah, same as my time zone, but there are a lot of students who are saying like, thank you, that this has been really helpful as well.
Absolutely.
I think you're really just, talking to this group that will jump in it. And even if it's like 1 year, like that 1 year makes a whole difference. Like not knowing what to expect. And 1 year from now, if you look back, you're like, I was such a baby when I started. And
yeah.
Right. And when you're going to graduate, you're going to have so much more wisdom in you saying, those are the things that I've done. And then you should not do big.
It's exciting. I sometimes sit back and think it's going to be funny to think back of the things that I did in this program. It's almost like amazing.
You're going to be remembered though, and generations, that this was kind of the area of the COVID.
Yeah, no kidding.
Students graduated when there was COVID and they couldn't go to clinic and all of that.
Yes, I know.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Gisell. Again, I cannot
thank you.
It really warms my heart to see students exchanging knowledge to students as well. I've been running this program, doing webinars all the time, but at this point, I'm like, students have so much to share as well. Why am I talking about myself? So thank you so much again for allowing us to have your wisdom. And anybody, guys, Gisell very kindly share her email address over here as well. A very busy student. If you need something, you can contact me as well. I'm going to find a way to connect to Gisell as well, or you have her email address as well. And then your Instagram is Gisell Smith.
Yes.
Okay. And congratulations on your marriage. You will remember forever, because you're like, I had a million things to do on top of that, a wedding.
Yes. It was crazy. It was crazy, but I loved it. I thought it was great. Everyone thought it was crazy, but it was an exciting year. It was all good things. I couldn't possibly be upset.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be so proud of you when you graduate as well.
Yes. He'll be happy with me, I think.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you again. I'm going to let you go. I know you're busy, so hugs from here. Say hi to all of your classmates and your professors.
I will.
And
thank you.
The best of luck for tomorrow in clinic, back at clinic.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
All right. Take care. Okay, everyone. This was Giselle and Barbara. Thank you so much for joining us. I think we did learn quite a lot from their own experience. So if you have further questions, my name is Claire. You can find me at clairej@studentrdh.com. I think by now you know who I am and how to reach me. I'm going to share my email address right here on the chat one more time. And then next time, we're just going to have some other students who are going to share their own experience, because everybody in this country is having something slightly different. Okay, so if you are new, you can subscribe at StudentRDH to the StudentRDH Vitamin. There's a free tab if you go to StudentRDH. Those are some things that you can get for free. So you don't have to pay anything to get the free mini reviews. They can start coming to you, even though you might not exactly understand what I'm talking about in those free vitamins. Maybe that little bit of knowledge or two can help you. It's going to keep building up. It can help you maybe in your school examination at the very end. I hope it helps you with your board examinations. So thank you again for being here today. If you think that was helpful, please just do a little shout out to Giselle, do a little shout out to Barbara on their Instagram, or send them a little thank you email. All right, so anybody has any question at this point? If not, it is about 1:15 here my time. I hope you all have a great day, and just let's see each other some in other webinars that we are going to run. And if you have questions, I am always available, our team available to help you become successful, whether it is school, whether it is the board examination, whether it is your clinical examination that you will have to pass at some point before you graduate and get your license. So just shout out for everybody that was here: Acela, Audra, Deborah, Eve, Forcia, Erica, Jess, Laura, Linda, Lizette, Luciana, Reno, Thierry, we had Barbara, we obviously had Giselle before. We had some other students who left a little bit earlier. So thank you again, everyone, and have a great day. Bye.